Hi, well, you all, this is CoinsKid. It's going to dive into Vechain. Once again, thank you for your support, okay? Big up to all the members of the Patreon there, the Telegram, the Twitter, the Instagram, the job lot, and obviously continued support across the CoinsKid YouTube channel here, and the videos and the comments and likes, sharing everything you do. Thank you very much, okay? And I hope you have a really good weekend. So diving into Vechain, then you can see at the moment it's under the 20 EMA. It's not necessarily a sell and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid, but it is a sort of precedent of what's going on, and it is a precursor, so to speak. Now, the biggest precursor and the biggest sort of precursor to the bearish cross, okay, which I've told you about before, the sell and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid, is if you're hitting your head on the 55 on the weekly. The 55 is this red line, okay? If you start to come down underneath it, like this, and you start to come down, you're hitting your head, that's a bit of a sell and go to the beach signal right there, because that's saying, okay, you're going to start dragging the image, you're going to start forming this bearish cross on the weekly, and that is a bear market material right there for any of your projects right now. But I want to reassure you that you're holding support relatively well, but the troubling thing is, the worrying thing is, you're under this 20 weekly EMA at the moment for Vechain, so you need to see yourself get back above it, because if you don't, you're going to come back, because this is what I said to you. If you don't get back above it, what happens? You hit resistance, you come back for support. Now the next level of support, and I'm going to give you this right now, is this key target is the 34 EMA on the weekly time frame right now. So if you see Vechain continually hitting its head on this over the next couple of weeks, hitting its head on the 20 EMA, do expect a retest of this 34, and it does need to hold effectively, because if you don't, then obviously you lose that. You're looking at the 55, and like I said to you, if you lose 55 hitting your head, that's bear market material right there for Vechain. But I don't anticipate that, okay? We've had a bit of a correction, it's come back down, it's been relatively deep correction for Vechain so far from the all-time high. You've had a whopping 74% correction for a project like Vechain. That's immense, that's huge, that's bear market material, but it takes months to achieve that, okay? So you've sort of like got this mini bear market out of the way, retest of support before starting to march onwards and upwards for Vechain. So it's looking relatively healthy, okay? Relatively healthy. Now, this is what I mean about holding support. You can see when you went up in this wave 1 here and you rolled over and you had this deep wave 2 correction right here for Vechain over a few weeks. I think this consolidation range for Vechain lasted from there down to before you got the bounce off to 55. You looked at 91 days, so 13 weeks. So far you're into a 5 weeks at the moment. Now if Vechain was to continue to sort of roll over, come back down, and eventually at the 55, you're looking at 13 weeks, you're looking around about July before continuation. But again, not got a crystal ball, and you shouldn't look at that and say, oh, that's going to play out exactly the same. You could bounce out at any point, and it is all based on Bitcoin as well. You're fully aware of that. If Bitcoin just gets up out of it and starts cracking on that, then you're going to see that continuation, and I am anticipating that for Bitcoin, to be honest with you. There is a bit of a correction for Bitcoin, that if it does come a little bit lower, then I do see that as the low in this market before continuation. I am still bullish, I'll be honest with you. A lot of people are not, but I personally am. I'm not seeing anything so far that's saying bear market material. All I'm seeing is a big whopping correction, which was much needed. The market was very overbought, wasn't it? A pullback, test of support, and if we're holding support, that's golden for continuation. So right now, what I'm trying to say, if you continue to hit your head on the 20, do anticipate putting some cheeky bids in on the 34. And currently, the 34 sits at around about 0.8654, okay, for Vechain, because that's what will happen. You'll hit your head, come back to support. And the next key level of support that Vechain needs to hold is obviously the 34. And you can see in this consolidation event just there that Vechain went through where it got overextended again. In this wave 1, got overextended, rolled back, and it looked awful. People were like, oh no, the bull market's over, it's done, it's dusted, oh no, you know, and it came back and it lost to 20, just like you're doing now. You're under the 20, hit your head, you had a nice little break out there, but then you rolled again, and look where you found support, okay? Each time you found support on the 34. So that's why you're going to get that support and that pickup and then bounces, okay? Because that's what you do. You buy support and sell resistance effectively. So yeah, that's Vechain on the weekly. So far, so good. It's holding support, and I do expect it to sort of consolidate for a bit more. I wouldn't expect to break out anytime soon, okay, for Vechain or any particular project, unless obviously Bitcoin Bitcoin just absolutely rockets from here and just breaks all records and resistance and melts faces and finds some key level of support right now and just absolutely marches on, then I'm expecting a deeper level of consolidation, strike a little bit more fear into market, so to speak, before continuation into this wave 5 up to $1.50 for Vechain in this bull market. And again, I'll just stipulate that if you do start to come down under the 55 year in your head, that's your precursor. It's your sort of sell and go to the beat signal from CoinsKid right there, okay, because that's a big precursor to a bear market. So what I'm going to do is jump into the hourly time frame for Vechain and see what we can see, okay. So looking at Vechain on the hourly time frame, then you've got a little bit of a trade here at the moment. If you do start to see Vechain close above 0.109, then you could look at a nice little reversal pattern here, like a W double bottom. Do you see that? You've got this on the go here, W bottom. Now you're finding really strong support at the moment on this particular level. Look, you've had 1, 2, 3, 4 goes at it, so to speak, okay. You're sort of hovering around this level of support right now, which is good, but again, if you do start to lose that, do put some cheeky bids on the 34 EMA on the weekly time frame. Obviously I could give you it, but it changes with time. You see, it changes by the hour. That's constantly changing. So come to your charts, drop in the weekly and look at the 34 EMA and look at what that is and put some cheeky bids on that if you do start to see Vechain roll down again, because like I've just shown you, it acts as a really strong level of support. So right now, if you do start to see Vechain close above that, then look for a nice little long, okay, because you can see you're above the 20 EMA at the moment, which is good. You're above this EMA with the yellow line, the 20 EMA. Now if you do start to close above and get back above that 55, you're looking at a lovely 16% upside there for Vechain up to that 12 cents, testing this level of resistance right here, because the other day we had this lovely little W double bottom pattern as well, didn't we? We started to break out that key level of resistance right there. We started to go up, but then Bitcoin absolutely rolled over, didn't it? And it started to drag Vechain with it, so it's effectively a throwback. Do you see that? So I'm going to do, obviously we've got that little trade right now on the hourly time frame. I just want to see how we're looking on the 4 hourly time frame on the EMAs right here. We're looking relatively good here on the hourly. Like I said to you, get back above that resistance, get back above 55, look for more continuation. But I'm just going to have a look on the 4 hourly time frame right now to see how we're looking. Okay, so this is where you could see the break of this resistance come back up in the 4 hourly 20 EMA, okay? And you can see you're hitting your head on it constantly as rejection. So do anticipate that, even though we get the break, do look at it being a bit of a fake out. And this is what you do, zoom out a little bit, okay, and you'll see where the resistance is, because we're zoomed in on the hourly and it looks great. You're breaking that resistance, yeah, we're going to go up to 12 cents, but you can see to do that you've actually got to break this 20 on the 4 hourly. So this is why you may sort of see it fall short and it hits the head of that particular target, and you're thinking, well, why? Because you can see each time it breaks, it's coming up and hitting the 20 as resistance. Do you see that? So effectively what you need to see is it get back above the 20 on the 4 hourly for continuation for that 12. So do anticipate that. At the moment you're under the 4 hourly 20, which is not good. It's not good because, like I said to you multiple times, you're under the 20, you're in a downtrend. You're above, you're in an uptrend, okay? And at the moment you're in a downtrend and you need to get back above it effectively. Now obviously there's another lovely little pattern just there that's emerging, okay? It's another W bottom on the 4 hourly. Again, if you come down like this and you come up and you start to get a march on just there for Vechain, there's another level right there that if you break that, you're going to look at a whopping little upside for Vechain. So if you was to come up and start to break, I'm going to show you in a moment. If you do see a bit of a march on for Vechain, okay, and it starts to come up and it starts to break above 13 cents, you're looking at a massive upside for Vechain up to 18 cents right there. And from here, right now, continuation, that's a whopping 70% trade for Vechain. Again, I don't anticipate that. It's if you break key levels of resistance right now. So if you do, on the 4 hourly time frame, if you start to see some progress, you start to see Vechain break above this level of resistance, break the 4 hourly 20, get back above it, start to back test it, start to break these key levels of resistance, and especially get back above the 4 hourly 55. Wow, you're looking for a mega pump for Vechain of around 18 cents. So fingers crossed, okay, we get a kind of reversal. It is all on Bitcoin, but at the moment you can see you're heavily caught under resistance. So it's not looking too clever, I must be honest with you. So do keep an eye on it, and potentially I'll give you, if you do start to lose this level of support right now, 0.9205863, do put some cheeky bids on the 34 weekly EMA right there. And but that's what you're looking at. I mean, when you start to break resistance, you're looking at real nice strong breakouts right now. But the EMAs, you're under the EMA, you're under the 4 hourly EMA right now, and it's you can see even if you come up, like here, you've come up, you're going to hit your head, aren't you? So do anticipate that, okay? But like I said to you, resistance, 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 you go back to support, and just like on a 4 hourly time frame here, look, resistance, 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 you potentially looking for the short, okay? So do anticipate that. So the more you hit your head on this particular level of resistance right here at 0.10, the more you are going to come back to retest that support, and that right here is a 15% short opportunity down to 0.9205 for Vechain. And that's basically it. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay tuned. I'll be back tomorrow with another Vechain update. Bye bye.